Well, hello and welcome to video number 3 in Landing Place Church's group training videos. In the first 2 trainings, we gave you the why behind groups here at Landing Place and what people can gain from being part of a group here at Landing Place Church. In this training, we're now going to look at the strategy of how we do groups here at Landing Place. I'm going to tell you that there are many ways that you can organize groups within a local church. And we realize that our way maybe isn't the way you've done it in other churches or you've seen it done in other churches. And we understand that this way works uniquely here. This works well within our culture and our community. And so that's how we organize groups here. So in this video, here's the things I hope for you to learn. You're going to learn about what our structure looks like, how you go about becoming a group leader, and then what is going to be expected of you as a group leader. What our structure looks like. We find that much like the education system, that there are periods of time which are good to learn in, but then you take a break, and then you learn some more, and then you take a break. We use that same format with our spiritual growth here at Landing Place. We organize our groups around 3 trimesters where we're going to learn spiritually, we're going to take a break, we're going to learn spiritually, we're going to take a break. We believe this is the best way to help people grow spiritually in their lives. And so the trimesters, for the most part, look the same every year. The dates might shift a little bit based on how the calendar lands, but for the most part, every year is going to look the same. And here's what that structure looks like. In January, we're going to have what we call a gathering. I'll explain more about that in a moment. From February to April is trimester number 1. In May, we're going to have another gathering. June and July is trimester number 2. August, we'll do a 3rd gathering. We're going to have the 3rd trimester from September to November, and then typically in December, we usually take a break, although some groups still meet a little bit into December. So trimesters 1 and 3 are going to usually be around 14 weeks in length, and trimester number 2 is going to be 8 weeks in length. Those are about the time frames we see. And as I said before, we do hold gatherings, which again, I'm going to describe here in a moment, around this, and trainings to help you grow more as a group leader. But before we head into that topic, I want to discuss with you how you go about becoming a group leader. So how do you become a group leader? You've probably been wondering through the first 2 videos and even to the part of this video, so how do I become a group leader here at Landing Place? I'm glad you asked. Here are the steps that we're going to ask you to go through to become a group leader here. The first one is we are going to ask you to completely watch all 5 videos in the training, so that way you better understand how we do groups, our structure, what we're looking for in leading groups. We're going to ask you to complete an application, which happens online, and we're going to ask you to do that after you complete all 5 videos. We're going to complete a final interview with you so we get to know you a little bit more and about your group and how we can best help promote that group. And then we're going to promote your group and help you get people signed up in it and launch that group out. Those are the steps of how you go about becoming a group leader. What is expected of you as a group leader? You know, everything in life has expectations, and being a group leader here at Landing Place is no different. But honestly, expectations are good for us. They help us to remain accountable. They help us to remain on track and to provide guidance to us so that we make sure that what we're doing is the best possible thing we can do in relation to that area. And in this case, we're talking about groups. So here are a list of the expectations that we are going to have for you as a group leader. The first one is that we ask you to create an environment similar to the Acts 2:42 that we discussed in video training number 2. That you create that kind of an environment for people who come and are part of your group. We're going to ask you to run your group in trimesters. Every group should run at least 2 of the 3 trimesters every year. If you want to run more than that, that is certainly up to you, but we do ask you to run at least 2 of the 3 trimesters per year. We're going to ask you to attend the group gatherings, which again happen in January, May, and August. Gatherings are where we gather all of our group leaders together and we do a little bit of a vision cast for what's going to happen during that trimester. You're going to hear about what are the message series we're going to be talking about, any special events that are going to be happening. You're going to get a little bit of a bird's eye view of what's going to happen in the church so you can better help lead the people in your group. That's going to happen each gathering we do at the beginning of every trimester. We're also going to ask you to join into what we call monthly group huddles. Coaches are going to lead these huddles. Every group is going to have a coach that's going to help you along the way. In between the gatherings, each trimester, we're going to have you meet monthly in huddles where you're going to get a chance to get additional support in being a group leader. So that's going to happen in the months of February, March, April, June, July, September, October, and November. Each group leader's coach is going to gather the groups in that area together. They're going to sit down and talk about what's going well, what's not going so well, how can we get better, how do we work with difficult people, how do we help support people. All those questions that are going to come up from time to time in your groups, you're going to have a time each month to sit down with other group leaders and your coach to process that and to get better at being a coach, because we want you to be successful and know you're not alone in this journey in leading groups. The last thing we're going to ask you to do is to participate in using our LPC Connect. This is our church software management system where we actually track everything, and we'll give you additional training about that later on. But it's something we're going to hope that you would utilize that's going to help maintaining your group become a lot easier so you don't have to do everything on your own. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this training, there are many ways to structure groups in a local church. This is just our way of doing it. And it's what we found has been successful for us here at Landing Place. And so we're going to encourage you as leaders of groups that you would follow this structure. We believe it's going to help you to have the best results for your group. Well, congratulations, you've made it through training video number 3. You're halfway there to completing all of the training videos that we're asking you to do for becoming a group leader. In the next video, we're going to jump into some of the specifics of leading a group. This includes how you start your group, all the details that go into having a successful group. And so we're going to look forward to you joining us in video training number 4. I'll see you then.